Hello guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to Blue Point TV. Alright guys, let's talk about this Chelsea loss to Newcastle. Let's talk about the game, Newcastle, Chelsea. Now for me, this performance was clearly the worst performance from this Chelsea side this season. Clearly the worst performance. And I mean, credit has to go to Newcastle first. Newcastle, this is a deserved win from this Newcastle team. They deserve the win. And to say that this game, before the game, most of the Chelsea fans were saying this is the right time to play Newcastle because we understand that Newcastle have so many injuries. And in terms of their form, they haven't been, in recent games, they haven't been in really good form. And we know in football, there is momentum. Momentum should play a huge role in how you want to approach games. If you're doing well, if you've played like 2-3 games, you've won the 3 games, or you've not lost in those 3 games, I feel like there's momentum. People will believe that, okay, this team have something going for them in the few games that they have played. And for Newcastle, they lost their 2 Champions League games against Borussia Dortmund. And then they lost their last game before this game against Chelsea to Bournemouth before the international break. The game that they won was against Arsenal. So you could see that they have dropped some kind of form. While for Chelsea, it seems Chelsea have picked some kind of form. Of course, they won against Tottenham, 9-men Tottenham, which for me, that performance wasn't impressive for me. And then they played a very good game against Manchester City, a team that I feel like they are the best team in the country, in the league. Yes, they did not win the game against City, but we feel like they played well against Manchester City. So going into this game, most of the Chelsea fans were believing that Newcastle are not in the right shape. So possibly this is the right time to play Newcastle United. But as usual, you don't know the Chelsea team that will turn up. You don't know if it will be the team that played against Manchester City that will turn up, or the Chelsea team that has been, sometimes you see them give poor performance. And that was exactly what happened in this game against Newcastle. For me, the performance in this game was disgraceful against Newcastle. I just want to talk about the Chelsea players. From the goalkeeper. I want to start from the goalkeeper. Now, for me, this goalkeeper, we all know that it's not a world-class goalkeeper. It's not the best goalkeeper. But I feel like it's a decent goalkeeper. We know that there's mistake from him as well as a goalkeeper. If you watch this game, I feel like in the first half especially, I feel like he wasn't comfortable. As a goalkeeper, especially when Newcastle want to play set piece, especially if Newcastle have a corner kick and they want to play the corner kick, you will see him falling around. Now, as a goalkeeper, that 18-yard box is your territory. That 18-yard box is your area. You have to protect your area. Okay? When they want to play set piece, if the other team want to play set piece or a corner kick, your job is to make sure you are comfortable as a goalkeeper, for you to go for the ball if it is possible, if you have the chance to go for the ball, to claim the ball. So if there's any player that is around you, including your own players, because sometimes the opposition player want to come around you and make you uncomfortable, then your player will try to take him out from you. So even if your player is trying to take him out from your side, you push them around. You make sure you control that area where you are. But I feel like this goalkeeper lacked that character. He wasn't doing that. He wasn't trying to push the Newcastle players around, like take them out of that point, that area that he is. He wasn't taking them out. That's why I think whenever they play the free kick, he will see him where he's trying to go for the ball, he will just hit someone and then he will fall down. So I feel like the goalkeeper did not play that role very well. And he was really poor in this game. Yes, there are some goals that I will not blame him. The first goal, I don't think that's his fault. That was a defensive error. I don't know if the defenders they were trying to keep off there, because Marco Corella was the one that played Isak on. He was the one that played Isak on, but that was a poor defensive play from the Chelsea defenders. I don't understand how is it that they did not see Isak. This is their striker, and that's a very, very good striker, and they did not even watch him. So for me, that first goal was clearly defensive error. So I will not blame him there. And then the second goal, as well, defensive error. I will not also blame him there. The goal that the Newcastle defender, captain scored, I will not blame him there. Still set piece again. And we shouldn't forget, before they scored the second goal, Newcastle had a chance that Joelinton was supposed to score. How did Joelinton did not score that goal? But yeah, they had a chance. And this was the same thing I was saying, set piece. And this season, set piece has been a huge problem for this Chelsea side. They are not good in set pieces. They don't know how to follow their man. They don't know how to make sure that they are compact in terms of not allowing the opposition players to get the ball. They are very, very poor in set pieces. This season, the Chelsea team are very, very poor. And then Newcastle, I knew it even before they scored that goal, the second goal. I was saying it. The pressure was just too much from the Newcastle player. The pressure was just too much from the Newcastle player. They were just pressurizing Chelsea. And I said it that this team might score here. And then they had the second goal. And then the third goal, I will not blame the goalkeeper as well. Clearly defensive error he gave. And this error came from the most experienced player in the team, Thiago Silva. He was the most experienced. I mean, he is the most experienced player in the Chelsea team. And he made that blunder. I don't know what he was trying to do there. At the same time, I will not blame the goalkeeper. But the one that I think the goalkeeper should do better is the fourth goal. He was supposed to do better there because, yes, I still think the Chelsea defender should have done better there as well. But I feel like he did not really follow the player well. But I still think there are goalkeepers, so many goalkeepers, that will save that ball. So it's the fourth goal for me. But yeah, the goalkeeper was poor. The Chelsea goalkeeper for me was poor in this game. And then the defense, I've already said how poor they were in closing their man, in terms of making sure that the Newcastle players do not get that ball. I've said it already. The Chelsea defense, from Rhys James, the captain, Thiago Silva, Balashel, Cucurella, all of them were poor in this game. There's no one Chelsea defender I would say did well in this game. And for me, Rhys James, this performance, Rhys James, was disappointing. Disappointing. He even had a red card in this game. First, you have a yellow card already. Why are you holding the player? You've already missed the ball in terms of you want to flick the ball over the player, but then you missed it. Allow the player. The thing I expecting him to do, just run around that player and try to defend. And besides, he has other of his teammates there that will help him and cover for him. So for him to even try to touch the player makes zero sense to me. It made no sense for him to even try to touch the player there. So this performance from Rhys James, he shows that, you are the captain. You are supposed to show, you're supposed to show leadership quality there. If there's any player that is not giving his best, he is the captain. He's the one that is supposed to bring the players together and make them to step up their game. But he was the one that disappointed the team in terms of him getting getting another yellow card, and then had a red card in the game. So Rhys James in this game was really, really poor. Of course, the other defenders, including Thiago Silva, all of them were poor. And then in the midfield, Conor Gallagher was really poor in this game. We know that he has been really good for Chelsea in terms of off-ball. He's pressing, he's being close to people. We know he's not the best technical midfielder. But in terms of tackling, covering ground, we know Conor Gallagher is very good. But this game, he couldn't even do those things that he's very good at. He couldn't even do those things. He was really, really poor. The only player that I feel like I can say did something, especially in the first half, was Enzo Fernandez. I feel like Enzo Fernandez in the first half, he was the one that was getting to the ball, trying to make things happen. He was the only one in the first half. The young midfielder, Ugochukwu, I feel like he was lost in this game. For me, Ugochukwu wasn't in the game, both first half, second half, he wasn't in the game at all. And the manager decided to go with him. Maybe because of, Caicedo came back from international duty late, and he decided to go for Ugochukwu. Ugochukwu was poor for me in this game, was really poor. And then the attacking line, none of them as well. Kopama, I feel like this game is his poor, this game he was so poor in this game. This is his worst game since he has been at the club. Other time you see him doing something, he did nothing. He was just losing the ball. When he gets the ball, his passes were not good enough. He was losing the ball too much in this game. So Kopama was really, really poor in this game. Sterling as well, really, really poor. The only thing that I feel like Sterling did in this game was just that goal, the free kick. Aside from that, Sterling was really poor in this game. Of course, Nicholas Jackson himself wasn't in the game as well. He wasn't even in the game at all until they took him out of the game. Jackson was not in the game at all. So this performance, like I said, I'll give Newcastle credit. I feel like they made Chelsea became what, like, Chelsea was poor, but I feel like Newcastle made them poor. Newcastle made them look poor. From the first half, Newcastle controlled the game in the first half as well. I feel like it was just in the first half that you could see sometimes Chelsea will have their moment. They will create something, sometimes from through counter. But Newcastle were clearly the better team in the first half. But in the first half, Chelsea, like I said before, they had some of their moments in the first half. But then in the second half, it was clearly Newcastle. From the first minute of the second half, it was Newcastle all around. We were controlling the game. They were just pressurizing Chelsea, pressing Chelsea. They couldn't allow Chelsea to even come out. And Chelsea players were just losing possession of the ball. So this performance was the worst performance of this Chelsea team this season. And clearly it will tell you where this Chelsea team are as a team this season. This performance alone will tell you where this team are. It's clear that there's no player in this team that will act as a coach while the game is going on. Like, I mean, we remember the old time when Terry, Drogba, Lampard, these players, if the team is not going on, they're not playing well, you will see players like Terry, Didier Drogba they'll start talking to themselves to step up their game. But I feel like this Chelsea team, of course, we know most of the players are young players. Many of them are young players. But still, even if you're young, I feel like there's supposed to be some character there. This team lack character. They lack fight. They lack maturity. I feel like they lost this game because of these factors that I just mentioned. That's why they lost this game. Because sometimes you might not be playing well. Look at the game, City and Liverpool. City were clearly the better team against Liverpool. But because of Liverpool have characters in their team, somehow they got something from the game against City. But this Chelsea team, we should not forget, this Liverpool won this same Newcastle team with 10 men. That's what we are saying. This Chelsea team, they don't have characters in their team. They don't have players that, yes, we know Thiago Silva is a top player. He's experienced, but he will soon leave the club. This is a player that will not stay here for long. He is not the captain. Yes, like I said, he has the experience, he has the leadership quality, but at the same time, this is 39 years old. So this team lack character in this team. They lack character in this team. So that's exactly for me, that's the reason why they lost this game. Because they were just getting unnecessary card. And then the red card came. Unnecessary card. And you could see, especially after the second goal from Newcastle, the Chelsea player just lost focus, lost concentration. They don't even know what they were doing again. And then immediately, Thiago Silva made that mistake. Thiago Silva made that mistake. So it's clear that this team lack character and focus. After Newcastle had their second goal, there are teams that will just come together and say, listen guys, we have to be focused now because it seems we are losing focus. But clearly there was nobody that bring them together and say, you have to be focused here. And then Thiago Silva made that mistake. And then when it was 3-1, then I know it's done, it's over. There's no way they'll come back again. Because Newcastle were even playing better when it was 1-1. Newcastle were the better side when it was 1-1. And there's no way Chelsea will come back when the game now is now 3-1. So when it became 3-1, I said, okay, it's done. And then he just went to get the red card. So for me, this Chelsea team, I don't know, man. It's clearly that this team is not ready yet. This team, it's obvious and clear that this team, they are not ready to compete. They are not ready to fight. Because sometimes they will make you feel like, okay, they are beginning to pick some kind of form. Because that was exactly what most of the Chelsea fans feel in this game, including myself. I feel like they will get something from this game. I feel like they will get something from this. I wasn't expecting Chelsea to lose, I won't lie. I know it will be a difficult game because it's Newcastle, it's away to Newcastle, and some of their key players are, reports saying they are back. So I feel like it will be a difficult game. But to lose, and then lose 4-1, no, come on, it's just not acceptable from this team. So it's clear that this team is not ready. Yeah, it's clear that this team is not ready. So, yeah, that's it for me. This game, this is an embarrassing performance. performance from this Chelsea team. And like I said before, this is the worst performance so far this season. And there's something I want to say again. You see this performance that Chelsea gave in this game, it will come again this season. Any Chelsea fans that think that this will be the last time that Chelsea will give this kind of performance this season, Chelsea will give this kind of performance again. The reason is because there's no character in the team. The team is a young team, and also I feel like this team doesn't have that fight to put things right if things is going wrong for them in a game. They look like that. If the team is not performing well, I feel like they will just fall apart. That's why I think this performance will come again this season. They will give a poor performance exactly like this again this season. That's what I want to say. So, what's your thought? What's your opinion on the performance of Chelsea in this game against Newcastle? Like I said, credit has to go to Newcastle. They deserve the win. They played well. And yeah, your thought, your opinion. And then thank you guys for watching. And also, please, guys, if you're watching the video, subscribe to the channel Blue Point TV. Like the video is really important when you like the video. And also on Facebook, follow the channel Blue Point TV. Share the video as well. Thank you, guys. And I see you again. Stay safe. Bye.